Good afternoon and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala. Glad to be back for a little sun-soaked afternoon of softball.
You know, I was going to ask you, what's that bright, shiny thing in the sky up there that we're seeing here on this beautiful Thursday afternoon?
It resembles sunshine.
Is that what that is? I don't think I've seen that since last June.
And warm.
We're in the 50s.
What a great day for the first day of the Bay County softball tournament.
You know, Jeff, got to be the first time we've ever did anything with the county tournament, and we got a great place to open up. We're at beautiful softball diamond out here at Garber High School, and we're looking for a really good quality game between two good quality teams. Garber Dukes, you know, they're always tough, and Bay City All Saints coming in at 3-1.
Well, when we look at in the past, the weather has been atrocious.
Yes.
And, in fact, the weather dictated the change of the weekend as well to go to a Saturday because of the potential for Thursday night, Friday rain. But, again, we walked out on the field, and it is plush.
Yeah, it's really in good shape. There's no standing water out there. The grass is nice and getting greener. It's nice, and they do a great job here making sure their fields are in top-notch shape for games.
First for the All Saints Cougars, they're all the way up to 89 students in their realm here. So they've been in the 70s for a while, so we're really excited to see where they're at. But Kellen Proctor is our first All Saints girl, and she's going to Elma already as a commit. Last year had a .451 batting average, 24 stolen bases, 50 runs scored. She is a 4-year starter on the varsity.
Yeah, those are some impressive numbers right there, Jeff, and good for her being able to go continue her education and her athletic career with the Elma Scots out there in Elma. So, you know, and I talked to Coach Proctor when I went down to get his roster. He feels really good about his squad. You know, they only had 4 games. They're coming off big wins over Mayo Sabo last night, and so he feels really good where his team is. He likes what his girls are doing, and he's ready to the challenge of the Garber Dukes.
Well, and the Garber Dukes will be all that. Clara Beringer is the other outfielder, senior. She scored 41 times last year, had 19 stolen bases, and a batting average of .435. So that is a great way at the top of your lineup to generate runs.
Yeah, you know, and these girls are, you know, they probably been playing in varsity softball for 4 years, so, you know, they're used to the challenge, they're used to the pressure, they're putting up great numbers. It would just be nice if we could just get these kids more games and the weather would cooperate a little bit, but overall, I think Coach Proctor's got a really nice squad this year.
He does, and they were young last year, so they are getting better. There's an all-star team here at Garber, and Coach Coakley has done a tremendous job with that. We start with Alyssa Bowker, all-conference shortstop. Now she is moved over to second base, 3rd year on the varsity. Last year hit .405 with 40 stolen bases over the last 2 years.
Well, you know, one thing about Coach Coakley, he's aggressive. So he's going to put when the girls get on the base, they're going to try to get to second base, get to third base, and do some nice things. But they are top to bottom, Jeff, as you said, really a bunch of all-stars and doing some nice things out here for the Lady Dukes.
Then you've got Ella Coakley. She's a returning all-stater. 44 stolen bases. That is a Garber record on 74 of 76 on their stolen bases.
Wow.
So she's flying around. .445 batting average, so just about every other at-bat, she is on base, and she's going to Roosevelt University.
Does she get the speed from mom or dad? Probably gets that speed to steal bases from mom.
Mom, looks, and speed.
Right, exactly. And again, she's been playing a long time. And in the back of your head, if you're All Saints, you know that these girls are going to want to get to second base, stolen bases, and make that extra base, probably getting to third. So you got to keep that in the back of your mind.
Then we've got Shayla McIntyre. She's going to Ferris State.
Wow.
She has 17 home runs last year, so she's certainly with 63 bases stolen over her career. So that is just another. You got an Alpena Community College first baseman. You've got a Saginaw Valley commit on the left side of the infield as well. So this is a travel team capable that have all got Garber uniforms on right now.
They are really good. And when I was working out here, Jeff, I was fortunate to watch Coach Coakley's practices. And, he is into the detail things. It's the small things that's going to win the games, and it's getting that extra base, making sure you're looking at the coach at third base and doing all those small things. That's why they've had such great success here at Garber over the last 3 or 4 years.
Well, there were 7 home runs hit here yesterday in the split with Swan Valley that Garber had. So the wind, as Coach Coakley said, is blowing out again today. So we have the propensity to see some over-the-fence home runs.
Well, it's that would be a lot of fun to see. And for us, this is a great place to watch a game. We're right on top of home plate. We can hear the umpire calling the calls. So we're really excited, not only for the game, but we're excited that they're going to be able to play in decent weather and have a little bit of fun out there without worrying about being too cold.
Well, and one of my classmates, Joe Patriga, will be calling the balls and strikes in the first game. So
he had some nice things to say about you when we came in today.
I'll have to buy him dinner later.
You owe him $20.
Well, that's cheap compared to what it normally does. That about puts the wraps on our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show. Back with all the game action in just a moment on BCTV.
You step up to life's challenges. Covenant Healthcare helps you stay one step ahead. As the most preferred health system for orthopedics, we're leading the way with next-generation treatments like robotic-assisted joint replacements, advanced expertise for complex trauma injuries, and a personalized approach to sports medicine. With the largest orthopedic team, we're with you every step of the way. Choose extraordinary. Choose Covenant Healthcare.
Good afternoon and welcome back. We are excited about the possibilities. And again, I just went down on the field about 10 minutes ago, and it is a drop-dead gorgeous day for this early in April.
Yeah, it is. It's about time, Jeff, and who deserves it more than us who are living here in Bay County? And it was a particular cold, kind of crazy winter. Spring started out wet, but we have an absolutely glorious day here out at the Garber softball field, looking for a good game between the Cougars of Bay City All Saints and these Essexville Garber Dukes.
Well, when you look at this game again, Garber Dukes on paper are just loaded. I mean, they've got at least 4 girls that are going to play at the next level, and this pitcher is something to behold, and she loves to throw strikes. So Joe Patriga says that first one looked beautiful from Proctor, and Kira has quickly an 0-1 lead as the leadoff hitter is
Schulk.
And Schulk's trying to catch up to that heat. You see the heat in, out, up, down. She's very rarely on the middle of the plate, and she can change speeds when she needs to. But I think she's coming with heat early because she knows that
high heat. Yeah.
3 strikes on 3 pitches, 1 up and 1 down for the Garber Duke defense.
Yeah, Kira does a nice job, and that was 3 quick pitches for her to start the ball game out. 1 out right here in the top. Again, a beautiful day. It's so nice not to see clouds in the sky and rain coming down with a little snowflake every now and then and dressed up like Nanook of the North.
Right, players trying to wear 3-4 layers and 1 and 1 as I think one of the beauties, if I'm All Saints and I'm going to be hitting, this pitcher's going to be around the strike zone. So you're going to be throwing your bat at strikes, and there's the first off-speed offering. But that's exactly what you want as a hitter. You don't want to wonder, is that ball going to be around? Are they going to come high and take? No, that ball's going to be hittable. You just got to get it off your shoulders and make it happen.
Good opportunity right there. I was on the outside corner of the plate, making it 2 balls, 2 strikes here in the top of the first inning. Bay County tournament, Jeff, our first opportunity to do any of the county tournaments in softball and baseball. So we had the opportunity to do it, and we couldn't turn it down.
Absolutely. Katenko comes with a little bit high. Yeah, and, I see Joe Patriga for a minute before the game, and I said, my brother, you're looking awful buff. And he says, well, I said, oh, it's because you got your
Yeah.
chest protector and back pad on. I thought maybe in his retired years he was just pumping it up
Just
a
hitting the
little
Y
more.
a little bit. It was his chest protector.
Boy, we were all fooled
Oh,
by
boy.
it, but
He had a lot of nice things to say before the game about you, Jeff.
But I'll tell you what, we got two really nice officials as that ball is hit just inside the line. A great play by McIntyre as she goes to the foul line and gobbles it up for 2 up and 2 down here in the first inning.
Nice job by the Garber Dukes. Good communication out there. 2 outs, top of the first, like you just said. At the plate now for the Bay City All Saints Lady Cougars is Berriger.
As she,
Nope,
well,
it's
they must
Castilla.
have switched the
Yeah.
lineup. They got Castilla, one of the one half of the law firm, Castilla and Castilla here.
They've been around the
Ooh, almost a souvenir for Stephen Bauer here, our producer and director in the house today.
jack of all trades, master of none.
Oh, it's a big day when we can pull Stephen Bauer away from his
Whatever-
job and
whatever he
everything
does.
else he can do. So all Nick Page has got to do today is film.
Yeah.
You know, we've got somebody taking care of the pointer for us. That's 3 up and 3 down in the first inning. Back in a moment with the bottom of the first on BCTV. Village Towing and Auto Repair of Caucaulin and Bay City is here to help you in your hour of need with fast and friendly service. With over 30 years of towing experience, we know how to get the job done quickly and safely. From big to small, we do it all. Give us a call at 989-684-9607 for all your towing needs. Back here with the bottom of the first inning and the first opportunity to see the Garber Dukes at bat. These top 2 hitters in this lineup are both really capable of slapping it down, bunting, playing small ball, because once they get on base, that's when the real merry-go-round starts.
They got some wheels, and they like to run around the bases quite a bit, Jeff.
And there is that slap single to left, and that is just according to plan as the first pitch of the game results in the first Garber Duke base hit.
You know, when she hit that ball, she hit it just like Mom used to hit it back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Well, she
I'll tell
learned
you
well.
what.
You know, Dad is just there as the figurehead and coach.
Yeah.
Mom is taking care of the looks,
All
the talent.
the
all
talent is
rest of
from
it.
Mom. I guarantee you that. She had it on the volleyball court, too.
As that first pitch, they're heading down to second base and just beating that great throw with the first steal of this game. Coakley.
Yeah. And again, like we talked in the pregame, Jeff, you said about the high numbers of stolen bases by these Lady Dukes, and there's a good example of it right there.
So Alyssa up to bat now, and she bunts that ball down, and she looks like she is just going to be out by a half a step. What a great job by Proctor coming off of the mound.
And a really nice job right there by Garber, Jeff, with the bunt, moving Coakley over to third base and get her in the scoring position with 1 out.
Well, that is the virtue of small ball.
Yep, and speed.
Speed kills, indeed.
Yes.
Is Berriger up? And that ball comes back across. And in softball, unlike in baseball, there's a huge difference
Yeah.
between the length behind home plate and the backstop.
I was thinking of Dow Diamond the other night with that big space behind
That was a
home.
cavern back there.
It's like the Grand Canyon.
As that ball goes right up the middle, see if just under the glove of the shortstop Schuler. And Schuler knew she had to get that thing in a hurry to get that ball to first base, and maybe picked up her eye a little bit before she watched that one into the mitt, but that still would have been a tough transition.
Kind of stayed down a little bit. The ball didn't jump like she thought it was going to be. Garber on the board first, 1-0 lead here against the Cougars in the bottom of the first.
Now, you got some true hops out on this field. There is no question. That ball is down 2 and unable to hang on to the ball. If they would have been, Schuler would have been able to hang on to that, would have been a bang-bang play at second base, but Garber just showing their ability to get around the bases.
Well, just like we said in the pregame, Jeff, they're gonna steal a lot of bases, and they're starting out in the right direction here against the Cougars.
That ball goes off the catcher's Proctor. It's the law firm pitching and catching, and this is normally the battery for the All Saints Cougars when the elder Proctor is pitching. They get together, and they probably have caught a few balls together over the years.
in the
Backyard, front yard,
down the
practice
basement.
field, yeah. You know, busting one of Mom's vases in the living room.
With a Nerf ball.
As that ball comes back again, and great job that time again as Proctor goes back to save another run, as with 2 down here in the first inning. It is something that the Garber Dukes are trying to add to that lead. That ball heading to second base. Nice, quick, short effort. Excuse me, that's only out number 2 as the second run for Garber crosses the plate.
McIntyre just scored, so making it 2-0, the Dukes over the Cougars, Jeff. And that plate is another McIntyre, number 4, for the Essexville Garber Dukes.
This is Bryn. And she comes up and she's like, hey, man, there's no ducks left on this pond for me. I guess I'm going to have to get the merry-go-round started with another hit.
Sis, you could have stayed on third base. I might have been able to jack one.
Well, with this wind blowing out, we know that there is definitely a possibility of that happening. They'll wind up in the pitch.
Nice pitch.
Down the middle. And that is a pitch right at the knees, and probably in that situation for the first strike, unless you're looking in that area, you let that one go.
That was a really nice pitch.
Wind up at the pitch to the outside. Looks like Proctor might be trying to overthrow just a little bit, and I know that she understands who she's playing against and what's going on. The adrenaline of the Bay County tournament is right there, so see if she can settle in and find that strike zone. There's a great 2-2 count now as Proctor comes back with another strike. So I think when she wants to throw that strike, she takes just the touch off it and
see what
brings
she does
it right
here,
down the
Jeff,
pipe.
With a nice count right here for her. Let's see what she throws.
That ball hit the center field and just off of the glove of that center fielder. So getting back on base and starting that, as they call it, the Garber merry-go-round with 2 outs.
That had a little slice on it. It looked like one of my drives on number 1 out here at the Bay County Golf Course heading out to number 4 fairway.
Well, and again, when that ball gets up in the air, there's a breeze blowing, and if you've got a spin on the ball with the breeze, you got to be very, very cautious out there trying to catch that ball. And that first pitch is a great pitch on the outside corner at the knees.
I'm looking at Old Glory all the way across there at Kramer Junior High over there, Jeff, and it looks like the wind has switched a little bit.
Well, the wind is out of the south, so it will be to center and to right center as the power fields. But again, if that ball gets hit to left or left center, that ball's going to drift a little bit, and I think that could have happened to the center fielder.
You're exactly right. Just never know out here with the bay only a couple miles away. You just never know how the wind's going to be. It can switch in a heartbeat.
As that ball's a little bit low, and I'm
Good
glad
job
your
by
peeps
catcher.
can see that flag all the way over by the baseball field and the tennis courts over there.
I can see that flag, but I just can't read what's in front of me.
Well, you know, 1 out of 2 isn't bad.
I'm batting 500.
Here we go with a 3-1. That ball is hit foul. And
Did you guys park right behind this press box?
oh, no, I parked out by Joe
Oh,
Patriga.
there you go. You did. Yeah, Nick did. I said, well, yeah, see how the windshield looks when we're done.
We'll see how good our producer and director's insurance is in this game. He might have to do windshield repair.
Safe, call Safe Light.
Absolutely. right in unison there, partner. And that ball is down. And instead of going to first base with it, then we have got 2 runners on.
It's going to be a coaching moment.
Got a courtesy runner coming. Courtesy runner for the catcher is number 9. Holy cow, the VIP is in the house.
Dave Schwartz. It's like he splits the Red Sea when he walks through something. It just, people just, bow to the man.
Well, he's one of those guys that lives out here. He is here.
Lives.
He is there. He
is everywhere.
Indeed. Let's not sing the song, though. We'll scare a few people away.
I saw him this morning, had a nice chat with him, and he helped us out, got us some rosters. So one of the good ones who's been doing a great job out here, Bay County Sports Hall of Famer. He's been out here 27 years now.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It has won a couple of awards for his athletic directorship.
And he's a recent inductee into the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
Last year. Did a real nice speech. Speaking of that, November 8th, Jeff, 2026, over at the beautiful Doubletree is our Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
What do we...
I think they called her out.
I'm wondering if somebody did not get on the roster and got injected into the game as a pinch runner. Well, we're going to have to find out what happened. Anyway, at the end of one, it's 2-0 Garber over All Saints. Back in a moment on BCTV.
Are you ready to gear up and stand out? Look no further than Sandlot, your local source for team uniforms, sports spirit wear, and more. Gear up with confidence. We've got your team covered from head to toe, ensuring you stand out on and off the field. And that's not all. Unleash your team spirit with custom spirit wear that roars success. Wait, it gets better. Introducing our free fundraising online stores. Effortlessly raise funds for your team while showing your pride. Customize your fundraising to reach your team goals. Get started online at sandlotsports301.com or at any one of our 3 convenient Great Lakes Bay locations. Sandlot, where quality, community, and apparel collide. Your team, our passion.
Back here on BCTV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala, glad to have you along. Nick Page, all he's got to do is filming today because Stephen Bauer's producing and directing the program.
We had him up at Pinconning basketball. He did a great job. He's getting a little saucier on his second time directing and producing tonight.
He came back for an encore performance to see if he could outdo the first time
Well, that's going to be hard to beat, I tell you that, but I think he can do it.
Well, we're confident, but we'll see if we renew his contract or not after today. Garber Dukes again with Kutenko on the mound for the second inning and comes low with that first offering.
And number 15, Proctor, the batter for the Bay City All Saints Cougars, down 2-0 here in the top of the second. That one just a skosh high.
Well, and when you sit for the length of time you do, it maybe takes you 4 or 5 pitches to get back warmed up and in your rhythm. We do say that it's an incredibly nice day out today, but it is still April in Michigan, and it is a little Christmas in the air, even though the sun is shining. So the first batter for the All Saints Cougars gets a free pass to first base.
Good news is you don't have to put on your football garments to watch the game today, but a hoodie or a light jacket would be absolutely perfect.
The All Saints Cougar faithful the other night at Dow Diamond, they pulled out all the fleece lining wear trying to watch the second game of that doubleheader that we did on Bay County TV.
That was brutal.
Well, it was nice for us. It was 70 in controlled environment. I would say maybe Nick Page thought a little bit differently because he was out in the elements, as they say.
He had to come in between innings every time just to get warmed up.
Well, we threw warm thoughts his way. So as the strike 3, and that will be the other young Castilla, as it really looks like Kutenko has gotten back into the rhythm. And we still have a 1 down with a runner at first base.
Lesser, the batter for Bay City All Saints. Ball 1 to her. Again, 2-0, top of the second. Garber with the lead over the Lady Cougars of Bay City All Saints.
here at the Bay County Championships, and that ball back to first base and back there in a hurry. And, you know, that's the kind of day when you jump back into first base, you're glad we got a little bit of rain, because otherwise you get a lot of dust in the face. So they said, oh, just enough moisture on the field as that ball is up and just out of play. And it'll be maintain a 1 and 2 strike count with 1 out here in the second inning. Again, for this field this early in the season, it is just a beautiful place. And, boy, Katenko just
nice pitch.
Right down Broadway with a strike. And obviously Castillo was thinking about something potentially different in the zone. And we now have 2 down here in the top of the second. That ball just a little bit low. And I was talking with assistant coach Gary Schultz, who also does some umpiring and does some basketball officiating. And he had talked about early on in his career how it was kind of tough to call that low strike. And I said, this is what I did when I did it. If the hand is straight up, no matter how low it is, it's a strike. If you flip the glove to catch the ball, the catcher then is telling you that that ball is below the strike zone. And he said, I learned something new today.
Umpiring 101, as we like to call it here on Bay County TV.
That's why, as an umpire, you got that great look. You just look right over the back shoulder of the catcher.
You better be right, because those coaches are coming after you, brother.
Well, when you're on the field, you're always right. When you're home, it's a 50-50 proposition. As Kirkpatrick up to bat for the All Saints Cougars.
I learned something today, too.
Yeah, well, you know, we all try and augment our knowledge, and that will be strike 3 with a little foul tip to end the top half of the second. Duke's coming back up to bat, up 2-0. Back in a moment on BCTV.
For over 75 years, Frank's Great Outdoors has served as the Great Lakes Bay region's premier hunting, fishing, and outdoor shopping destination. What started in the mid-1940s as a roadside bait and tackle stand has now blossomed into a 30,000 square foot outdoorsman's dream shopping location. Stop by the store located at 1212 North Huron Road in Linwood, or shop online at franksgreatoutdoors.com to find everything you need to get your next outdoor adventure started.
Back here on Bay County TV, ready to go for the bottom of the second inning, as the first hitter is Solinsky. Sid hits one to shortstop. Very nice job trying to gobble that up and looking to take an extra base on that miss throw.
Good heads-up running right there, Jeff, by Solinsky. Getting down to second base. Dukes, when you look at them, they are very, very aggressive when they're running the base paths.
They are always looking to take the extra base. And Schuler did a nice job of gobbling that up as we got a pinch runner coming in for the Garber Dukes.
Pinch runner for the Garber Dukes is Ellie Meisner for Solinsky. Let's see, she keeps up that trend of aggressive base running for Garber here in the bottom of the second inning.
Boy, got that long, lean body, so you know that it won't take as many strides as you and I would take to have to get from second to third base.
Yeah, takes her 4, takes us 50.
Yeah, it takes us 50 just to get the motor running. Yes, indeed. As we have got a 1-2 count on the batter. Just a little bit high, and Proctor's really doing a nice job of bringing it.
Yeah. You can hear that catcher's mitt popping up here. We're only 20 feet away from home plate up here, Jeff.
It is just great to be that close. And Katenko swing and miss, so we've got a 2-2 count here in the bottom of the second inning. Again, the Dukes on top 2-0. Great pitch.
That was a nice pitch.
Time, as Proctor records the strikeout for the first out of the bottom of the second.
Took a little bit of speed off it, Jeff. Pulled the string just a skosh, and that was a nice pitch with 1 out here in the top of the second, if I'm not mistaken.
Bottom.
Bottom of the second, excuse me.
Foul ball. Oh, Adamowski. That
I
name
know that.
is
I
also
know.
synonymous
I know
with the
that.
Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
Yes, it is. Bob Adamowski is a member of the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame, and I went to high school with a few of the Adamowskis, and some of them went out here also to Garber.
Well, there is not a ton of them in the lineage, so I would say there's at least a good chance that they're. Okay. So Papa Joe out there, and he just kind of rectifies that last question, and everybody else is all smiles.
You know, that's not just a hat rest up there on that head for Joe.
Oh, yeah, he's not just another good-looking guy in the crowd. And that ball was out of the strike zone, but the bunt was pushed forward, so that is a strike. And no balls and 2 strikes on the Duke batter. And a strike 3, and Adamowski kind of flinched at the last second and was pretty certain that they were going to hear that at the end for strike 3.
Proctor's getting stronger as this game goes on. She was a little bit slow starting the game, Jeff, but she is really coming with it now. It's getting right into that comfort zone.
Watch out for a little small ball here, a little flick down the left field third base line. And, I like it because they refer to that as a slap hitter, but it's so nice because not only are you trying to push the ball away, but you're already on your way to first base when you make that swing. And when you've got her speed and you're already a step quicker to first base, you really put pressure on the defense. As that ball is popped up, and they just need to talk things over, and unable to make that happen. And again, that ball gets up in that breeze, and it flowed over like 4 or 5 feet, and it was tough to track.
It really was tough to track, Jeff. And, again, good base running, good heads up with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. They just ran hard and got the run on the air.
Well, Roadrunner's on first base, and you know where she's going to be heading at the first opportunity.
Beep, beep.
Yes, indeed. As she heads down towards second base, it's going to take a perfect throw to get that young lady. And the only person not happy about that slide is Mama, because they're going to have to get the Tide stick out.
Because she's going to have to wash that uniform tonight when she gets home.
But you know what? If it's a Tide stick from a successful steal, they can take that. So now Coakley at second base. That ball way out of the strike zone. Really nice job by Proctor behind the plate to reel that one back in.
Up for the Dukes is number 2, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, it's not number 2. I can't see her number. Number 1, Bowker.
And a nice job by the center fielder, Castilla, coming up with a nice catch. Took charge out there, called off the left fielder, made a very sure grab. At the end of 2 innings of play, it's 3-0 Garber over All Saints. Back in a moment on BCTV.
Founded in 1991, the Bay County Sports Hall of Fame is dedicated to celebrating and preserving the history of sports in Bay County. From individual awards to entire teams, we strive to induct the best of sportsmanship and outstanding achievement at the high school, collegiate, and professional levels. We also recognize our President Awards winner yearly, which honors an individual who gives their time to benefit the local sports community here in Bay County. As of 2025, the Hall of Fame has inducted 263 individuals, 70 teams, and has awarded $149,000 in scholarships to local student athletes. Join us in November for our annual induction banquet honoring our latest class of Hall of Fame inductees. Visit our website at BayCountySportsHOF.com and like us on Facebook to keep up to date on all things Bay County Sports Hall of Fame.
All right, back here on Bay County TV, there he is, the man, the myth, and the legend himself. He has a sleeping bag in his office because he lives here, Coach.
Well, and he doesn't live too far away either, so he's just a stone throws away. But you're right, Jeff. He is here constantly. And, we had the opportunity when Garber played Central at Central. He was at that game for boys basketball. I had a nice chat with him there, and always love to chat with Dave Schwartz, the AD here.
Well, I think the facility manager brought a couple of comfy chairs over
Yeah.
so that you guys could sit next to each other.
They were padded. We had front row seats for that game.
Well, and you were entertained as well.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, I mean.
the VIP guests in the house. It's a great one, and just a little bit off speed, and that batter, Olson, said it was a nice soft offering. I just couldn't elevate enough to get after it.
Looked nice when it came out of her hand, but it went up a little bit high. Nice stop by the catcher for the Dukes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With Jeff, 3-0. The Garber Dukes over the All Saints Cougars here in the top of the 3rd.
Well, and with Olson, like many of these batters, they know the ball's going to be around the strike zone. So their hitting philosophy when they come up to bat is get the bat off the shoulder. The chances are it's going to be in the zone, and let's make contact.
That's nice to be able to go up there with that confidence, know that pitcher's going to bring it to you right where you want it sometimes.
And that ball just a little bit low. And even when she misses low, that ball is between the white stripes, and it's fun to watch a pitcher that's always around the zone. Full count. That ball right down the middle, and I would think potentially that Olson may have been hoping for something off speed and couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
For the base of the All Saints Cougars, number 14, Sherman, the batter, 1 out here in the top of the 3rd. And it's the Garber Dukes 3 and base of the All Saints 0.
Now, depending on the flow of this game, they figured that there might be about 50 to 60 pitches for our pitcher, Katenko. But when I talked to Coach Coakley, he says obviously the flow of the game will dictate the number of pitches. But after that big doubleheader that they ended up with a split against Swan Valley, there are 4 teams from the Tri-Valley listed in the top 15 in the state.
Wow.
So you are not going to get a lot of nights off in the Tri-Valley League in your league games.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive. And they had a state champion this year in boys basketball.
Oh,
the Freeland Falcons.
Yep.
Yeah.
The land of Jen Thunberg out there. So as there's another batter that's out on the play, is Sherman just could not pull the trigger on that, and that's the second called 3rd strike here in this inning.
Yeah, that's Tri-Valley, Jeff. Good, really good, solid league, top to bottom. A lot of good competition going on there in all sports.
In all sports, exactly. There's a great bunt. Trying to get that down in a half a step.
Great play.
Great job pouncing off the mound. And we have played 2.5 innings, ready to go to the bottom of the 3rd. 3-0 Garber over All Saints.
When you want to show someone you care, you go above and beyond. It's the little things that make someone feel extra special. The extra time, the extra effort, the extra attention to detail. It can have an extraordinary effect on people.
I'll never let you down. I need you now.
So when you care this much about your family, from the youngest to the oldest, you send them to the place that specializes in extraordinary care, Covenant Health Care. We make families feel extra safe with a leading team of experts in the Great Lakes Bay region. We take the extra steps to deliver the most advanced technologies and training. We go the extra mile as you journey from diagnosis to recovery. We give families extra hope. Why do more people trust their families to Covenant Health Care? Because we've proven ourselves over time, across generations, and treat your family like you do, with extraordinary care. So you can continue to do so for generations to come.
back here on BCTV. And Mike, look out at that great sign in
Yeah,
left field.
you know, you and I, Jeff, in memory of Roger Saharka, you knew Roger. I knew him from refereeing and just knowing him outside. He was part of O.J. Cunningham's good friend in the Hall of Fame. What a great guy. Just a wonderful referee and a great guy who was a big part of Bay City athletics.
Well, and whenever you can get a sign on the outfield, you know you've contributed a whole lot of time and effort and hours to make that happen out here at Garber.
He refereed when I was playing in high school, so we go back a long ways.
So they got McIntyre up to bat in the bottom of the third inning. Oh, that ball just swiftly hit through the left side of the infield, and that thing got out to the outfield in a hurry.
That was a nice hit right there between the third baseman and the shortstop, Jeff. And you know what? Sometimes you just got to take a chance and hit that first pitch.
Well, I think she guessed right.
I think she did. she got an A+ on that test.
That is certainly
100%.
As the track meet will potentially continue here, as the Garber Lady Dukes. Well, she'll get an easy run to second base as McIntyre rounds the bag, and it's one of those things where in girls softball, you don't normally make that catcher back to second throw. You walk 4 or 5 steps out towards the mound, walk them back, and then you flick it back to the pitcher. There is another great hit to left field, and you know what they're going to do with that. They have got the windmill going at third base. And another solid base hit for the Dukes.
I think Coach Coakley said, hey, let's get up there, be a skosh more aggressive, and the Garber Dukes are coming out, hitting the ball. They're up 4-0 here in the bottom of the third inning over the All Saints Cougars.
And that was Ava Wagner with that big-time hit. And it looks like we might have Bryn McIntyre up to bat now. As we have got the wind is...
Can you hear it?
Kind of picking up a little here and there. And you look at Old Glory over there, and it's standing straight out. But nobody's really been able to lift one up in the air to see if they can get some wind aided. I still think it's a home run, whether it's WA or not, wind aided.
Yeah, you've got 199 down each foul pole, Jeff. So, you know, good 200-foot shot, 210, and it's out of here.
And, you know, straightaway center field, they normally go 215, 220. And that's a really nice take. Just got that bat halfway through the zone and was able to stop it. Well, that's good strength to keep from going through on that strike pitch. 4-0 again with another runner in scoring position, being Wagner at second base. That ball down in the dirt. Nice job by Proctor to keep that from going to the backstop. But now with 2 runners on, you're going to look out there, and, oh, there it is. There's the, looks like you're got your hand over your heart. Nope, that's infield fly rule is now in effect. Hey, you learned another new umpiring track.
102 this time.
I said I knew Stevie wasn't going to disappoint me. And that ball gets into the gap, and that one could be extra bases. It's just stopping at first base only because McIntyre stopped at second base, but another great hit as the Garber Dukes just really starting to open up their sticks this inning, and they got some people flying around the bases.
Looked like, is that LePan with that hit, number 10
Yes.
for the Garber Dukes? And again, Jeff, that had that slicey ball to it from left to right, and it was just going right at the center fielder, landed in between the center and right fielder. So 5-3, bottom of the third, Garber Dukes up over the Cougars of Bay City All Saints.
Got double Nichols Solinsky up to bat right now. As that ball is inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Looks like the second time through the order they've really timed Proctor better and making solid contact.
Yeah, good. That's a good point.
As that ball gets hit towards second base, and again off of the second baseman. And just getting back to first base. And out.
And they're still running with the Garber Dukes.
Yes.
Well, you're playing this Garber Duke team. You better be ready. You got to watch everything that's going on. They are so aggressive on the base pass.
Head on a swivel.
Yes, absolutely.
And you almost don't have to anticipate what they're going to do. You just know that they're all systems go.
That's a scouting report. If there is one, the scouting report is they're just going to keep running. Into the number 9 for Essexville. That's Meisner, the new runner on second base.
What a great throw from first base back to home plate, though, on a bang-bang play at the plate to get Wagner. And Katenko is going to get a free pass to first base. And she's like, oh, I'm glad that was an off-speed pitch that hit me in the leg. Doesn't quite sting so bad.
And it's warm out, too.
Yes. So now we're going to have a pinch runner, and that is going to be number 2.
That is, excuse me, got to get the peeps.
Get them peeps.
Can you see it? Because I can't.
Yeah, that's Keating Ehlers.
All right.
Ellers. Uh-oh, another little gust up here. It's a good thing the only window that's open is the one for the camera. So Stephen Bauer's producing the rest of the heat up here.
And you know what? And he predicted the weather today.
Yes, he said this is the first game to do. He said the weather will be the best.
I'm coming.
So the producer and director did his homework on this one. There's another shot through the hole. And that base hit could turn into another Duke run. And yes, it does. As Meisner crosses home plate too, and 7-0 our score here, still with only one out in the bottom of the third.
Very aggressive here in the bottom of the third, Jeff, are the Lady Dukes. They are ready to come to the plate and hit the softball.
Well, and the Ducks are on the pond as well, so now we have got Ella Coakley back at the top of the lineup. You know, she's going to slap it somewhere because she makes contact, I would say, on about 75% of her swings.
You know, I've been noticing that bat she's using. Looks like she's using a big piece of cotton candy. It's that bright pink.
It is sweet indeed. She said it's been sweet.
It's been pretty good for her, hasn't it?
And that ball did nick her, so that is going to be a bases loaded. And, man, continued duckies on the pond here for the Garber Dukes here in the bottom of the third.
Loaded up in the bottom of the third. Big inning right now for the Lady Dukes. 7-0 lead over Bay City All Saints with Bowker at the plate for Garber.
As Papa Joe puts the mask back on, and I'm glad he clarified that is something that's chest protector and padding on. I just thought that he had been spending a lot of time at the gym. That ball just outside. Like his strike zone, very consistent, and he gives a little bit on both sides of the plate, but that one was probably more than a fist outside, so he passed on the first offering.
Yeah, Proctor tried to frame it, but it was just a little bit outside. 1 ball, no strikes, and that's another hit by the Lady Dukes up to right center.
And they are going to cart 2 more people home and runners at first and third. So that is just another great solid hit. As I'm not sure after 3 innings what that is, if it's 12, if it's 15, if it's 10. We're going to find out. The producer and director, have you got an answer for us on that mercy rule? You better check into it. All right, we got a big job for you here in between the half innings. 15 after 4, all
15
right.
after 4. I'll tell you what, he is a compendium of knowledge.
He got the good old switcher down.
He Googled it.
Yep, he got just exactly what he needed that quickly from the information, and that's what makes him valuable. There's another shot up the middle, and trying to make, and look at that great job of stopping and starting and causing the center fielder Castillo to make an errant throw and a great follow-up base.
And a good job of running the bases from first to second, Jeff. And just like that, don't look now, the Lady Dukes 10 and Bay City All Saints 0 here in the bottom of the third.
Well, looks like there may be a little confab at the mound. I don't know if there's going to be a pitching change or not. We'll take a quick break and be back in a moment on BCTV.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it.
It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
All right, back here on Bay County TV. As the producer says, it's time to roll. Great to have Dave Schwartz up here, and
Always nice to have Dave in the house.
always great to be able to host. There's a little bit of extra work involved with it, but veteran of many campaigns, he's more than equal to the task.
Wagner, the batter, hit a walk-off last night, Jeff, to win it for the Dukes against the Vikings of Swan Valley.
One of 3 home runs in the game as that ball hits the dirt, and runners at second and third decided not to come home. So Proctor trying to get a feel as they try and get back into this ball game, down 10-0 here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Wagner was timed that up pretty well. That ball was very well placed low in the strike zone. Not much Wagner could do with it, as we have got a 2-2 count with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. Proctor back to the windup, jumps off the mound, and again, every time they try and throw a little bit extra onto that, it just seems to be sailing a little bit high and wide.
And again, Marin Proctor is just a sophomore for the Bay City All Saints Cougars. Jeff? Oh, wind is really picking up now. That's going to be a tough one with this
ball
wind.
is up in the air. Nobody were really going to get it, as that ball just got up into the sun. Nobody could find it, and now they've got their 11th run scored in the ball game. And, boy, that second baseman, she's like, boy, I don't know why I didn't have a hat on for this one, but got up there, tried to use that offhand to shield the sun. But, again, once you find it and track it, the wind is taking it another 6 feet away, and that just fell harmlessly between the first and second baseman. So 11-0 our score, with still only 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd.
Finley McIntyre up for the Lady Dukes. Had a really nice game yesterday. Hit a few out yesterday as a freshman.
That is just a beautiful thing to be able to pop a few out of the yard. And, again, this team is just loaded with offensive talent.
Lots of good players out here at Garber for this softball team.
Well, and when I talked to Coach Jason Proctor, he said, we're playing a team that plays a ton of travel ball all year long. And he says, I've only got a couple of girls on my team that play all year long, and those repetitions make a huge difference.
Yes, absolutely.
Uh-oh, Papa Joe's like, uh-oh, I got to pull out.
You should get one of those Swiffer things that extends out and you can put it back in.
We get that with a telescopic brush on the end of it, so you only got to go halfway done. I'll talk to him after the game, see if we can't get that into his repertoire. Well, you don't want that thing expanding in your back pocket at the wrong time, though. Could poke you in the back
but
or
it'll
something.
save your back a little bit. Us old guys.
Well, I like to use my shoes a lot. That's one of the things that I did. And just getting in is Wagner, and that is run number 13 as free pass going to first base, as well as Coach Coakley comes, and Papa Joe dropped that, and he said, Coach Coakley, you're closer to the ground than me. Might need a little assistance to help pick that up, brother. You know, what do we say in the back of the day? Little help? That was right before no chips on windows.
Yeah, pinch.
13-0 here, as we've got a pinch hitter that was the pinch runner earlier.
Yeah, Ellie Meisner is the batter for the Dukes, up 13-0 with a big inning here at the bottom of the third.
Ball just outside. She brings it pretty well,
She
too,
does.
but I think every time she's trying to overthrow it, it comes
outside.
a little high and wide.
Yep.
So she's just got to bring it up maybe just a mile or two an hour to keep that ball around the zone. She brings that into the zone, and that thing is hit down the right field line. The wind is taking it foul. That would have been more extra bases.
Wow.
So again, as the batter just having a
Meisner.
nice swing is Meisner out there.
That's a good
Takes
pitch.
a good rip at a low outside corner. I mean, that was perfectly positioned
Yeah,
pitch.
2 balls, 1 strike on Meisner, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Duke's putting up big numbers here, 13-0 over the Bay City All Saints Cougars.
1 ball and 2 strike. That pitch is outside. It's now 2-2. As anytime as a base runner, you could get them to throw that ball around. You got a chance to, after you slide back to the base, get up. If there's an errant throw, you are off on the merry-go-round. That ball hit the second base, and nice job of gathering that in, pouncing it off of the glove, and making that happen is Olsen at second base. So great job of Olsen to Castilla.
Looks like we're going to have another pinch hitter for the Dukes, and that is number 18, Paige Mendyke.
Papa Joe says it's a good thing they picked up my Unlapis on the floor. And I can still write with
He's
it.
got a lot of ink in that pen. They're making a lot of changes.
That's it's all good and it's all fun. So runner on second base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third inning. Proctor to the windup. Oh, the little gust of wind might have thrown that balance back off, and let's redo it. There's a hit down the right field line. That's going to go for extra bases. Meisner is going to cruise into second base with a stand-up double here as the hit parade continues.
Nice job by Mendyke. That was low and outside. Just went with the pitch, Jeff, and just shot it right down the right field line for a double, making the score 14-0. The Dukes over the Cougars in the bottom of the third. Just been an impressive offensive showing by Garber here in the third inning.
Well, and what I think you are seeing is they study Proctor. Proctor is staying on the outside third of the plate from the middle of the waist down, so therefore you take that pitch and you sail it to the other direction, to right field, and they've just done a nice job of taking what's given to them.
Yeah, exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth, taking what's given to them, and they've been doing a nice job with that. If it's inside, they're going down in the left field. If it's outside, they're shooting it down right field foul line.
Well, Papa Joe just lost that all-important piece of paperwork, and he had to track it down, put that big left shoe on it so that he keep it from going any farther, but he recoils it and heads back in to finish off the rest of this.
He's working hard today.
Pick up his pen, the papers fly. It's a rough day being an umpire. That ball just a little bit low as well, as we have got a 2-ball, no-count strike.
At the point, Delana Charbonneau for another pinch hitter. Nice pitch.
Just on the outside corner, and that's been a strike all day long, and that's what I like about Joe's consistency. Absolutely. 2 balls, 1 strike. Charbonneau trying to get this one.
Same spot.
Absolutely picture-perfect pitch again.
Spot.
So Charbonneau,
do it again.
Yep, Charbonneau's going to have to be looking on the outside third and try and take that the opposite direction if they can put a little metal on the ball. That ball right up the middle, and Proctor is Wondering what in the world could have just happened as that thing just went right by my glove, and I thought that I scooped it. Runners at the corner now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
Claire, is that number 3? If I'm not, Claire Adamowski,
Yep.
the next batter for Essexville Garber.
Yep, and now really doing a great job of pitching, coming just above the knees on the inside corner of the plate. So Proctor's starting to move the ball around a little bit better, trying to keep these batters off balance. Ball just a little bit low, and did you see that? The catcher caught the ball with the glove down, so we know
that was,
as Papa Joe looks over, oh, yeah, gloves this way, we know what we got.
That was umpire 101. I took that my first year.
Just a little bit low again, so Proctor doing a nice job of keeping that ball low, trying to really force the hitters to swing at something just out of the zone.
They're so free right now, Jeff. They're just they're seeing the ball really well. Are the Dukes?
Boy, there's another solid hit ball, and that will result in the 15th run for the Garber Lady Dukes. And that is going to be all there is.
There isn't anymore.
The final score in our ball game, the Garber Lady Dukes 15, the All Saints Lady Cougars nothing. Back in a moment to put the wraps on this one on BCTV. So your car is getting towed and you're not sure where to take it? Try Village Towing and Auto Repair. Our expert mechanics are here to help assist you with all your repair needs. We have over 30 years of experience with motor vehicles, so you know you're getting the best work that you can find. Stop by the shop at 2377 South Huron Road in Cuckolin, or give us a call at 989-684-9607. Back at our Village in Action Towing post-game wrap-up here on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala. Merry-go-round was the theme of the day.
That was an impressive showing, Jeff, by the softball team out here at Garber. They run the bases well. They hit the ball really well. They play defense well. They're solid from top to bottom.
Well, and I think you look at the takeaways from this game. They were hoping Katenko would only throw about 50 pitches. That's about all she had to do through the 3 innings.
Yeah, that's good news for Coach Coakley and the squad. She didn't get to her maximum pitches, so she's got a few left in her. But, you know, they started out a little bit slow. All Saints was hanging around there for the first couple innings, but in the bottom of the third, the bats just came alive for Essexville Garber, and they put up 15, and that was the end of the game.
I really think the second time through the lineup, they had things timed out pretty well, and that's when they started making some really serious contact.
Yeah, and Proctor's not a bad pitcher. She was throwing the ball, especially there in the second inning. She was bringing some heat. She was placing it inside, outside. She had the rise ball going. But once they got that second time around, Garber got really comfortable with the bats, and they were just putting it anywhere they wanted. They'd hit it to right if it was on the outside. If it was inside, they'd take it down into left field. So good hitting by the Essexville Garber Dukes.
Getting to utilize extra runners, pinch hitters. He really got to go deep into his lineup in the first game, and early in the season, that's huge.
Yeah, and he does a nice job. He brings in a lot. He's got some young players in there. He's got good seniors, but he's bringing young players in to run the bases and to pinch hit. And, you know, they are solid. They're all-around team effort by the whole team. They are all good on that Garber team.
Well, on the other side for the All Saints Cougars, I know games like this, they'll have a lot that they can learn from, but Proctor's, both of them, threw the ball very well, and I know once they get into league play, they are going to dominate.
I think they got some talent on that All Saints team. I think the pitching is solid. You know, it was a tough win today, so if you're out there playing defense and that win was a slice win left to right, it was just taking you away from the ball was going away from you. So that's a tough to do, but I like this All Saints team. You're going to learn from this. You're going to grow. You're going to get better. And you're right. Once they get into some league play, I think they're going to be pretty solid.
Well, and they get to play another game today, too, because everybody gets 2 games on this first day of the tournament. So Great weather day again. We talked about it a couple of times. Sun out this time of year. It's a pleasure to play without 3 layers of clothes on, and for the announcers.
Yeah, it is really nice to see the sun out. And, what's really nice is these kids get to play in some decent weather, show some of their skills, because it's no fun playing in 35-degree weather, especially baseball and softball. But these kids, we got some great talent here in Bay County, softball and baseball, and it's very fortunate for us that we are able to do a county tournament. We've always wanted to do one, but it just worked out this year, and it was a lot of fun.
Well, and the weather certainly was the most favorable it's been for any of the years that we would have done it previous.
Yeah, we talked to Dave Schultz Tuesday when we talked to him when we were out at Dow Diamond, and he made the call to switch it to Thursday, Saturday, which I think is a good thing. And these kids need to be playing and not sitting around because of bad weather.
Well, again, thanks to Dave Schwartz for accommodating us, as he always does. He's one of the truly great ones, and a Bay County Sports Hall of Famer as well.
Yes, absolutely.
That about puts the wraps on our Village in Action Towing post-game show. On behalf of the whole crew, I'm Jeff Doan along with Mike Wisdala. Nice job by the cameraman today, Nick Page, producing and directing the one and only Stephen Bauer. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.
See you next time.